Welcome back to my ranged only progression. Last time I left off with getting greater ricochet from Raksha. After getting a shiny dinosaur, I returned to Raksha to get myself a diver. While completing the 25 kill task, I did learn a few things about how the blessings work with arrows. The Infernos of Zamorak procs whenever I crit, and the Infernos do add Desmore stacks, which makes it easier to build stacks. So in theory, it should also add splintering arrow stacks. The next day, the Outer God arrows bug is finally fixed. I cannot express how horrible it felt when I was fighting dragon enemies, knowing I couldn't use Jazz Dragonbane arrows despite having the requirements. The first thing on the agenda was to complete the Hydrix Dragon Slayer task from Mandrift using the same arrows. I managed to get a gemstone armor, and then I went to kill some Lampin Floras to get Mochella Mushroom, which I then used to make prayer renewals. I did a Blackstone Dragon kill for the Blessing task, and to also get some Teutonic energy. I managed to get a Grandmaster speed kill at Blackstone Dragon, which included the flight skip, but then all I got is 1 Teutonic energy. That's it? Well, I mean, there is a chance to get 2 if you get a double drop, but still, 1 Teutonic energy? Pathetic. Achieved 85 cooking, drank a super cooking potion, and was able to make Primal extracts, which finally unlocks the ability for me to make a lot of things. I have been relying on molten glass from Northern Hunters to make my potions, Power Burst of Vitality, Weapon Poison ++++, Super Adrenaline Potion, gathered Bottled Dinosaur Roars, Vulnerability Bombs, although these are problematic to obtain still. They also finally fixed the automaton bug, so I was able to unlock the Tempered Heart Blessing. The reason for unlocking this blessing is for the easy adrenaline maintenance when Imbu Shadow is down and during my Death Spore Arrows building. I decided to train summoning to get a Moss Titan familiar because this familiar can heal me and boost my defense levels since I'm lacking in defense potions. Finally getting back to my original plan from last week, it's time to farm hard mode Vorkath. To my surprise, on my first hard mode Vorkath kill, I managed to get a Grandmaster timer, which is 145. After farming a few kills, I wanted some invention perks to speed up the kill, so I made 2 pieces of Elite Draglich, created an Undead Slayer and Dragon Slayer gizmo. I wanted to have Genocidal mobile perk, but I couldn't come up with a reliable way to obtain it with my current components, so I'm sticking with Demon Slayer mobile. The grind continues, and in that process, I obtained 120 ranged and also 120 Slayer. I opened 50 more loot boxes, which was enough to get myself a full Elite Draglich set. I went to see how fast I can kill Vorkath now.
Obey your master, you dumb puppet! Cut them down without mercy! Then I see you're determined to be Pavilion!
And wow, I was able to do what I always wanted to do. Kill Vorkath before he flies away, and then kill the Zamrokian. I still have a bunch of spare undead Draglich, and apparently I can disassemble them for undead components, which then allowed me to find a combination to get the Genocidal mobile perk. I decided to be crazy and farm 100 Vorkath kills to get the Zamaragos Nexus, and then continue to kill Vorkath 76 more times until I reached my first 200 mil, which I always wanted it to be ranged. About my issue with relying on molten glass from Northern Dragonkin, I thought I was being smart and unlocking the shop at 4 for 3 to buy the bomb vials, but nope, apparently I need quest after quest after quest. I went to do some Ripper Dinosaur Slayer tasks to get some Grand Moss Spikes, then Luminous Snagglers to get some White Berries and Mud Runes. I made some Spirit Runes to transmute into Miasma Runes to ground them, killed some Abyssal Lords for some Wine of Zamrak, and with those remaining ingredients I was struggling with due to low Slayer level, I can finally make overloads. Now, it wouldn't be complete without utilizing the Superheated Relic, where one incense stick counts as 60 minutes of potent sticks. I do want to unlock the next blessing and realize a lot of the blessing task involves getting the Zuck range cape. I want to try to go for my Zuck range cape to get a busted Deadshot ability. It is much stronger with more hit splats, but there's a major problem. The Dells in the kiln are pretty much immune to range attacks and requires a melee weapon to kill them, and with these melee stats with like no melee gear, I need to train my melee up, so let's go do that. I put on my range gear and went to Elite Dungeon 3 and started to kill Ambassador to get the Eldritch Crossbow. Surely you didn't think I was actually going to use melee. First, I completed the most boring combat achievement that happens to be a blessing task, where I stall dealing damage at the boss until the 4 black holes explodes in my face. For once an Ambassador, I actually managed a spinner skip, just barely. After getting an Eldritch Crossbow, I have 2 options. I can either bring the physical Eldritch Crossbow as a switch to the fight kiln, or get an EOF. I decided to go for EOF first since I needed it anyway, so I went to Elite Dungeon 2 because on Leagues, Blackstone Dragon drops Teutonic Energy, which is used to make Teutonic Armor, which disassembles to Rumbling components, and I need Rumbling components to make an EOF. I got 14 Teutonic Energy, but I still needed 91 Rune Crafting to make the Teutonic Mask. So I did the method of transmuting air runes into pure essence, spam clicking the blood altar until level 91 Rune Crafting. Once I got the Teutonic Mask, I disassembled it for 5 Rumbling components, and made my first EOF, and also had to make sure it's green dyed. And just to confirm, the damage from ECB does seem very boosted by Big Bone. Splintering Arrow Blades also procs to ECB. I immediately went to do a Zuck run, and Zuck went down so fast as soon as he got off his throne, and he immediately phased into the pizza phase before he even finished his mechanics. I then did the fight caves, which was a blessing task to equip the fire cave, did the fight kiln, and once again, those dills were the bane of my existence, but that's why I have my ECB EOF. I equipped the kiln cave for yet another blessing task, and then finally created a ranged Zuck cave for yet another blessing task. I am in a dilemma. I can either do 8 Hurricane kills, which is a long grind, or I try to complete the Extinction event combat achievement where I kill the 3 Rex Matriarchs within 5 seconds. 2 of those dinos takes like 0 damage from range, but I found out Big Bone and ECB I can actually deal some damage. So I decided, for the sake of it, let's do this for fun. For those of you that saw it on my stream, enjoy witnessing it again. And I wanted to do this on the main game. That's gonna be one hell of a circus show. Then I wrapped it up with a 1k Zamrak kill. I was facing Zamrak so fast that I was willing to do my typical speed kill pad 214653. After completing the kill, I finally unlocked the final blessing, Power Archive. So how it works is that any gizmos I place in the automaton gets double. Eruptive 8, Relentless 10, Automatic 8, Biting 4, Scavenging 6, Invigorating 6, Energizing 8, Crystal Shield 8, Crackling 8, Precise 12, Ruthless 4, Absorbative 8, Lucky 12, Shield Bashing 4, Demon Slayer Glowworm, Talking Venom Blood. Enhanced Efficient doesn't work on the bot, so I move some perks around. With these upgrades, I want to once again test this at a boss, and let's do it at none other than my favorite boss, Hard Mode Vorkath.
My writhing flames shall engulf the rest of your measly dwelling. Obey your master, you dumb puppet! Must I be forever plagued by lesser beings?
With all the blessings fully maxed out and all the gear progression this video, perhaps it's time to get an upgrade to my weapon. Join me next time as I grind potentially 2k Sammy for both the Last Guardian. To not miss out, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.